Assalamualaikum. Alhamdulillah, we're back again. So today I don't want to share anything to do with pusat tuition. I just want to go and share something simple. But before that, as I told you earlier, that all our products have been transformed into virtual products, which means to say now that if you want to purchase our SOP for pusat tuition, our forms for pusat tuition, you do not have to wait for us to send to you. We do not need to send to you via email, or you do not need to pay postage fees to get the hard copy, because all we have done is that we put everything on virtual form. So when you when you make purchase, you can straight away download the products. Okay, so no more hassle, and the sale is still going on. It will go on until the 1st of January 2020. So if you are tuition center operators and you would like to improve your tuition center by the year 2020, I think it's best that you have a look at our forms and SOP. And the good news now is our forms are also available in English version. More forms are coming into the English version. Meanwhile, our SOP are still in Malay. It's yet to be translated. Alright, once it's done, inshallah, I will inform you. Okay, today I'm not going to share with you about our products, nothing to do with that, nothing to do with tuition center, nothing to do with education. In fact, it's just that I would like to share with you 5 of the things that I have done in the past and I have tried that I think I will never want to do it again. For some reason, 5 of these things will not be in my to-do list perhaps ever again, or until when I feel I would like to give it a try another time, because I think age is catching up. 1, 2, I become more selective. Number 3, I have realized that there are certain things that I like more, and I like to pay attention to the things that I like rather than the things that I have tried and I feel that I'm not good at, and I'm not gonna give it a try anymore. Okay, so what is it? What are they? Alright, the first one would be rollerblading. Yeah, I will not do that again. The first and last time I did was when I was 8. The first time I did, I fell, and then after some years, when I grew up at the age of 11, I think, I did it and I fell. And that was when I decided that that's it, rollerblading would not be the game for me. So I never tried since then, and I don't think at this age I'm going to try again. No. Alright, so that's number 1. Now number 2, what would I not try again but I have done before, would be eating nasi goreng dabai. I never tried dabai before, but I know it's from Sarawak. I used to live in Sarawak for 2 years, and I went to the boarding school in Sarawak. I was in Kuching for about 2 years, yeah, and we had good time there. The thing was, I never tried nasi goreng dabai when I was much younger, and after 22 years, this year, I went back to Kuching. I tried nasi goreng dabai for the first time. There's a lot of there's a lot of unique food Sarawak has to offer compared to what we have in Semenanjung, let alone in Malaysia. But one thing for sure, I'm not going to try nasi goreng dabai anymore. Maybe I can try other things from Sarawak, but I couldn't eat nasi goreng dabai. But sad, okay, I know it's one of the delicacies is from Sarawak. Unfortunately, it just doesn't go right with me. I can't do that anymore. I'm sorry. Alright? Okay. Then the third one that I would not do but I have done before would be getting myself on the roller coaster. Okay. The last time I did was the age of 21. Yep. No. Yeah, 21. I was just graduated. When I got myself graduated, I was already securing a job. I was already working when I graduated, when I had my convocation. So after I graduated, I was teaching in a college that time, and then my students got to know that I had recently graduated. They asked me to have some fun with them, and we went to Berjaya Times Square to enjoy the roller coaster. Well, everything was fun. But I ended up tearing my shoes, having my pants torn, and not everything that I tried. I did not like everything that I tried. So I would say that roller coaster, getting a ride on roller coaster would be something I would do again, especially at this age. No matter what my children would say, I think that's enough. Okay, alright, so that would be number 3. Now number 4 would be stop blogging. Yeah, I would not stop blogging. You know, in the past, if you have followed me before, my blog was named Sherryville. Sherryville was written for 5 years before I decided to make it private in the year 2013. That was for a personal reason, but somehow I found out that when I wrote the blog, it was more meaningful for the public than for the people who use it as a weapon to go behind me and stab me. So I shut the blog, Sherryville. It has been like 7 years now, but a lot of the contents there are actually very, very meaningful and good for the public. One of the titles that I remember writing was 7 secrets of success of my tuition center. That was what I wrote when I received a phone call by Utusan Malaysia telling me that I would be interviewed by Utusan Malaysia and then joined by Cosmo newspaper. So I would tell you that I regret shutting down the blog, even though I still can access all the materials now. Somehow, if I were to start writing again using the same blog, it would be inappropriate, provided that I'm already a changed person. Back then I was not with hijab. These are the things that I think I shouldn't restart my blog with what I had left before. So that's why you see now I have we.com/blog, and it is more on academic, and I hope by now this blog serves better than the blog that I closed down. But if you were to ask me which one is more genuine, which one is more frank to the readers, I would say that the first one was better than what I have written nowadays, because nowadays it's more focusing on parenting, education, teaching, sharing, rather than telling you the real thing that I feel about the daily operations of my tuition center and things like that. So back then, perhaps the blog serves better audience. Perhaps that's why the previous blog received better visits or view from visitors. Wallahu alam. Alright, so what would be the last one? What would be the last thing that I have tried and I'm not going to do that again? It would be Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ali Sayyidina Muhammad. I forgot the points. Okay, this thing. The fifth one would be the fact that if I fight or I quarrel or I have an argument with anyone, I will not do it beyond my moral values. That is something I learned today. That is something I learned this year in 2019 at the age of 35. Recently, I had people who had arguments or misunderstanding with me. I have tried to put everything at a meeting point that we can agree on. It turned out sour. It did not turn out like I wish. Neither did it turn out to be like what the other person needs or wanted it to be. I've spoken the best way I could, like I have consulted other people to tell or speak on my behalf so that things get neutral, because this third person is the one who can make the situation neutral, but somehow things get sour, not from the third person but from the person who had caused the issue. And I got things thrown to me many times, and I realized at that point that if I had acted or reacted to her the same way that she had treated me, I would be just like her. But then when but because I had chose not to react, not to do anything about it, but to seek support, moral support, emotional support from the people that I know can be neutral to both of us, nothing changed. The incident still bickering me, but I learned a lot that if I hadn't been myself, things could get worse. So one of the things that I realized that I have done, I have tried, and I would not do it again, is to fight until I lost my moral values. Because if I were young, perhaps I could go wilder than what I had encountered. I mean, I would tackle the problem differently if I were young. But at this age, I learned from my own action that if I were to keep quiet, if I have to remain silent on small things, especially things that are dunyawi, you can actually live a lot more things, and you can actually make bad things become better. Alright, and I would also like to advise everyone else out there, if you are in a crisis, the best thing is not to react with your words or with your action, but the best is to leave everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do a lot of prayers. It will help. Maintain your good moral values, because when yours are being challenged, the best thing is to prove that yours is right and yours are not the same with others. But first of all, you have to make sure that the moral values that you believe in are what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to have, not what you think you should act on. So you have to understand that in order to please anyone, you have to please Allah. And always remember, hasbun minan nas, hasbun minallah, hasbun minan nas. So if you take care of those, inshallah you'll be better. Okay, so alright, I wouldn't like to talk about that so much. I have explained to you the 5 things that I have done in the past, and I would never want to do it again. So number 1 would be no roller coaster or no rollerblading first. Okay, now number 2 would be no more nasi goreng dabai. Sorry. Number 3, no more roller coaster rides. Thank you very much. Alright, number 4 would be I would never stop blogging. Yes, I have done it. I have done it so many times before. I have closed it once, and I'm not gonna close another one another time. Please pray for me that one day I can transfer Sherryville into we.com/blog that I have now with you the past 2 years. And lastly, remember this is, it could be good for me, it can also be good for you. That is, when you have an argument, don't fight until you lose your moral values. Remember, there's a hadith saying, if you can say nice things, the best thing is to just keep your mouth shut. So until then, thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum. Bye bye.